Welcome everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to present demos. Today I am here to talk about some key components that are transforming the software development landscape. So before that, let me start with quick story about the evolution of software development. So imagine a time when software projects were managed using pen and paper and updates were shared manually. But at this moment, at the current market, we have a lot of tools and methodologies that streamline every aspect of development. In current market, we have a lot of tools and methodology that will help to create projects very easily, that will provide a seamless operation. So it will very helpful for company. So however, it was very useful. So we have a software components, development components. So those are SDLC, software development life cycle. Jira, it is a project management tool. Maven, it is a build tool. REST API, it is a web service. AWS, it's a cloud computing. So first one, before that, understanding these topics is a crucial for anyone involved in the software development, because of these components play significant role in enhancing productivity, collaboration, and scalability. So these are play a very significant role in a software development. So uh, in next 45 minutes, I will cover all these topics. So first, I will explore the software development life cycle and its pages and its types. Types means it's a methodology. So first one is SDLC. What is software development life cycle? The software development life cycle is a process used to plan, design, develop, test, and deliver the software applications. It's called a software development life cycle. Software development life cycle is nothing but from start to end is called a life cycle. From start to end is called a life cycle. From start to end is called a life cycle. SDLC is nothing but uh, it is a process of development, testing, deployment, delivery, project to the clients is called a SDLC, software development life cycle. From project start to till project end is called a software development life cycle. So in software development life cycle, we have a several pages. So let's see what are those phases and also how companies are going to build project using those phases. Without software development life cycle, is it possible to develop a project or not? Let's see. Okay. The pages in the SDLC life cycle is called SDLC pages. SDLC pages. So first one, requirement gathering. So to collect the requirements from the functional team, either client will provide requirements to the functional team, either product owner, either business teams. Client will communicate with these teams. First one is requirement gathering. Requirement gathering. So second one is requirement analysis. After gathering requirements, the second phase should be to analyze those requirements. So either technically is it possible to create, or any risk is involved here, or any other issue were there. So we should able to or solve these problems or not. So in that way, we should analyze the uh, requirements. Third point should be design. Design is nothing but design front end and design back end, and what are the tables we should create, and it means a database we should create. So fourth one, development. After design the um, front end, back end, and database, our next step should be development. So start coding here. After coding, we should test that coding. After testing, we should deploy that code into the server for execution. After deployment, we deliver the code to the client. After that, we have a provider support for that uh, project. So once project is created, we deliver the project to the client will be satisfied with project, then we will provide a support up to 6 months. After 6 months, the support will be free only. For example, we purchase any phone, we have a warranty like 1 year warranty like that. In company also, company will provide a support like on an agreement, based on the agreement, that is called service line agreement, up to 6 months. So after this, we have a SDLC. We have a several SDLC methodologies. First one, waterfall methodology. Waterfall methodology. Second one, Agile methodology. So what is difference between waterfall methodology and Agile methodology? What is waterfall? What is Agile? So let's see. First one is waterfall methodology. What is waterfall methodology? Why we use this one? Let's see. So waterfall methodology is the old methodology. It's a old methodology, and it is a first and foremost methodology. So first, waterfall methodology is the first that will come into the market. So this one is linear methodology, and it is a sequential process. Sequential process. The work should be happened in a sequential process. So after that, the work will be developed step by step. The work will be developed step by step to deploy and deliver project to the client. After one step is completed, then only we will next move to the next step. Otherwise, we can't skip any pages in middle of the project. If case client will give a requirements, any client will added any new requirements for the project, then we can't skip the in middle, because of it's a sequential process and linear approach. So we can't skip any pages here. Again, we can't go back to the add new requirements to that project. So again, we will start from the beginning only. So that is the reason here client involvement is very less, and client will see the project at the end only. And also budget and requirements are fixed here. Budgets and requirements are not changed here. So that is the reason now everyone is nowadays going into the Agile methodology only. Agile methodology is the most trending methodology. It is a time box based iterative approach. So everyone use the Agile methodology only, because of Agile methodology is a emphasis and flexibility and collaboration and rapid delivery. So it is a cyclic process. It will develop the project and testing the project and deliver the project to the client. Again, if anything is wrong, then again it will come back to the development. So if client satisfied, again we'll move to the next page. Like that, the process will be happen here. And also here project will be delivered in multiple pages. We call that one as a sprint. We use here multiple sprint. So let's see what is sprint. So sprint is nothing but a set of stories planned to complete in a given duration is called a sprint. It may be 2 weeks or 3 weeks like that. So here requirements are not fixed and budget also not fixed. It is totally based on client, and client satisfaction is the most important factor in agile methodology. But in waterfall methodology, it is not not true, because of client will look the project at the end only. So we have some terminology in agile agile methodology. So let's see what are those. First one is product owner. Who is product owner? Why we need a product owner? Let's see that. A product owner is nothing but product owner is responsible to deliver the project to the client. So we call also delivery head. Project owner can be either hired by company or client. So client will talk with product owner. Product owner is responsible to deliver the project to client and provide a requirements to the technical team. So it is the work of product owner. After that, scrum master. Scrum master is also responsible to manage the agile team. So scrum master work is daily tracking. Is it everything is going well or not? He was going to check. So after that, we have a tech lead. Tech lead is a senior resources in a team for a technical help. He will provide a technical help if anyone team members is need that. After that, we have a team members. After that, we have a team members. Team members nothing but all developers, testers, DevOps team, DB team. Everyone come under in team members only. So after that, this we have some meetings. Scrum meeting. First one is scrum meeting. Scrum meeting is nothing but daily status call. It will be going either 30 minutes or 40 minutes for a 1 hour. So it will daily status call or stand up call. After scrum meeting, we have backlog grooming meeting. Backlog grooming. Backlog grooming meeting is nothing but it is a meeting to identify the pending works in the project. So whatever pending works are available in project, so to talk about and to discuss about that one, they will arrange a backlog grooming meeting. After backlog meeting, we have another meeting. It is called sprint planning meeting. Sprint planning meeting is nothing but to identify the priority stories to complete. Whatever priority stories are there, we should complete that one. About that one, this spring planning meeting will be happened. After spring planning meeting, we have a retrospective meeting. Retrospective meeting. Retrospecting meeting is nothing but it is totally review meeting. It will in this retrospective meeting discuss about how the project went, what is the wrong in project, and what went wrong, any improvements are there in project, what lessons we learned. Those topics will be discussed in retrospective meeting. Retrospective meeting. After this, we have some small terminologies. First one is backlog stories. What is backlog and backlog stories? Backlog stories is nothing but a pending stories we have created in Jira is called backlog stories. In other terms, backlog stories is nothing but it is a list of it is refers to the prioritized list of tasks or stories that need to be completed. It is called a backlog stories. So after backlog stories, we have a story. Story is nothing but a task. After story, we have a story points. Story points is nothing but it represent duration of complete a story is called story points. Story points will follow a Fibonacci series. For example, uh, it will represent a points. If a task is complete in a one day, it will represent a 3 points. If task is complete in 2 day, it will represent a 5 points. It is a follow Fibonacci series. So 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, like that. It will follow a Fibonacci series. So after this, so this is all about Agile methodology. So now we have concluded which methodology is best, which currently companies are using which methodology. Everything we know about now. So everyone use the Agile methodology. It is the most common and most trending methodology in the market. So that's it. So now move to the our next topic, Jira. So Jira is a popular project management and issue tracking tool. So everyone use Jira in their company. It is used by software development teams, ID teams, and business teams to plan and track their works. That is the reason everyone uses Jira software. Jira software is developed by Atlassian company. So Jira is used for a project management. Jira used for a project management and bug reporting. So a project assignment task will be happened in Jira software only. Jira is a paid software. We can use a trial version of Jira software. Now we will go into Jira software, how it will work. Let's check that one. How we will create a project and how sprint will be created, how backlogs created, how issue will be created. So let's see that one. So Jira software is developed by Atlassian company. So here projects are there. In projects we have a lot of projects are available here. So I will create one project now. Here create project is there. So here two templates are there. First one is Jira service management. Second one is Scrum, like that IT service and Kanban. So many templates are there. So I will use Scrum template. After that Scrum template, I will choose the project type as a team managed project. So project name is payment. So access is I will give open. So Scrum and type is team managed and next. So the project will be created. After project creation, so here project is created. So directly it will open the board, that is PAY, payment board. So now there is no backlogs here. So I need to create a backlogs now. So go to backlog. So here sprint one is already created. So before that we'll create issues. So some issues are I have noted here. Maintenance activities, related payment integration, update API documentation for a payment gateway. I will choose as a story. So payment is not processing currently for a international customers. Optimize database queries for a faster payment processing. Uh, Next story is integrate payment notification with the CRM system. So total I have created 4 stories, 1 task. So I have created. So let's assign the story points. We have already know what is story points. Story points is nothing but it is a represent duration of uh, time to complete the story. So here I will assign is unsigned. So I will assign to me. After that story point estimate here. So I will give 1 day. Maintenance activities related to payment application, I will give 3 points. It will complete 1 day. So that is the reason I will give 3 points. So the story point will be 3 here. After that, update API integration. For this also, I will give a story point as a 3. So optimize data queries for a faster development, payment processing, assign me. So I will give story point as a 5. Integrate payment notification for a CRM system. Story point 3. So like this, I created story points and um, assignee. So now next I will move into sprint. Just drag and drop. So I added in back sprint. Why this? So I have added 2 issues here. So let's start the sprint. So sprint is started. So sprint name, duration 2 week and everything. So goal, whatever you have to write here. So next start. So sprint is started now. So to do. So we have 3 section here: to do, in progress, done. One more section I will add, QA. QA section. So to do is nothing but it's the initial state. The project is not yet started. It is yet to start. So I will move into the in progress. So now the project is started. If any issues or any bug is there, so I will move into project QA, testing field. If any everything is perfect, once it's completed, then I will move into done. So like that, we will process the request in Jira. So once sprint is completed, 1 week, then we will complete the sprint. You click on complete the sprint. So sprint 1 is completed. So like this process will happen in Jira. So that's all about Jira and SDLC, Agile methodology. So now I move into the next topic. The next topic is Maven. What is Maven? Why we used Maven? So everything is we will talk about now. Maven is a build tool. Maven is a build tool. Why we use build tool? Build tools are used to automate a application build process. What is build process? Build process is nothing but to compile the source code, download the required dependencies for a Spring Boot, Hibernate, and package our application as a WAR file and jar file. So add the dependency to the project build path. So that is called a build tool. So inst- uh, so after that, what is Maven? So Maven is a free and open source. Maven is a free and open source. It is given by Apache organization. It is given by Apache organization. Maven software is developed using Java programming. Maven software developed using Java programming language. Maven is used to perform build automation for Java projects. It is a perform build automation for Java projects. So Maven is called a Java build tool. So Maven is used as a build tool for a Java projects. So next one, what we can do using Maven. So already I told we can create an initial project folder structure using Maven. We can develop a project dependencies using Maven. We can develop one Java project will use a several frameworks like Spring, Hibernate, like that. So here, what is Maven dependencies? Maven dependency is nothing but the libraries that is required for our project is called a Maven dependencies. So next one is once we created project, we have a one in our product we have a pom.xml. Pom.xml we act as an input file for a Maven software. We can compile the project source code using Maven. We can package our Java project as a jar or war file using Maven. So Maven installation, we have already have a Maven installation, and also we set a build path for a Maven installation. So next, Maven terminology. Already we know Maven terminology. What is the Maven terminology? We have a archetype ID, Maven terminal. We have a archetype ID, type archetype, and we have a group ID. We have a artifact ID. We have a packaging type. We have a version. So these five are a Maven terminology: archetype ID, group ID, artifact ID, packaging, and version. So what is the archetype? It is a represent what type of project we want to create. So what type of project we want to create? We have two types. One is quick start, other one is web. Quick start is nothing but it is a represent Java standalone applications. Web app is nothing but it is represent Java web applications. So Maven providing 1,000+ archetypes. So it is all about archetype. Second one is group ID. What is group ID? Group ID is represent company name or project name. Represents company name or project name. Like for example, com.tcs. Like that it will represent. So next one is artifact ID. Archetype ID is represent project name or project module name. It is a project name or project module name. For example, Flipkart, we have a company name as a com.tcs. Now project module name is Flipkart dot app. It is a artifact ID. So packaging type is a jar or var. Jar is a Java archive. Var is a var archive. Jar file is used for standalone. Var file is used for web applications. So version is represents. It's a version. What is the version of the project like that? So it's all about Maven terminology. So our next topic is Maven goals. Maven goals. We have a Maven goals. We have a first one is clean. Second one is compile. Third one is package. Fourth one is install. Fifth one is test. We have a five type of Maven goals: clean, compile, package, and test. What is a Maven goal? Mavens are used to perform Maven build process. It is perform project build activities. So Maven provided in several goals for us. So that is a clean, compile, test, package, install, test. So, what is the purpose of clean? How it works? Let's see. Clean goal is used to delete the target folder. Clean goal is used to delete the target folder. It means dot class files or target folder. So, clean goal is used to delete the class dot class files or target folder in the project. So next one is compile. Compile goal is used to compile the project source code, and compile code will be stored into target folder. So .java that will compile. After compilation, that will store into target folder. That will be stored into target folder. That is the importance of compile goal. Our next goal will be package. What is the use of package? Package goal is used to generate a jar or war file for the our applications. It is used to generate a jar or war file for our application based on the packaging type available in the form.xml file. Jar or war file will be created in a target folder. So next goal is install goal. Install goal is used to install our project dependency in a Maven local repositories. That is a install. Test goal is used to execute the unit test code for our applications. That is the purpose of test goal. So our next topic will be how Maven will download the dependencies. How Maven will download. How Maven will download dependencies. So Maven will download the dependencies in a three-way. Means three type of repositories. Repositories mean nothing but it will libraries. So first one is central repository. Central repository. Second one is remote repository. Third one is local repositories. Central repository is nothing but it is managed by Apache organization. It is managed by Apache organization. Remote repositories it is maintained by companies. Every company will maintain their own repositories. Nexus, for example, Nexus. Local repository will be created in our system. Local repository will be created in our system. So Maven will be downloaded dependencies in three ways: central repository, remote repository, local repositories. So when we add a dependency in a pom.xml, Maven will search for the dependency in local repository first. So it is a search for dependency first in local repository. If it is available in local repository, so it will add to the project build path. So if case that dependency is not available in local repository, then Maven will be connect to the central repository or remote repository based on our configuration. So, but by default, Maven will be connect with a central repository. If you want to use a remote repository, then we will add a configure remote repository details in our pom.xml. So that's all about how Maven will download the dependencies. So it's all about Maven. We will see the its work process in next. So before that, I will move on to the next topic. REST API. What is REST API? REST API is called web pull service. REST API is used to communicate, used in a distributed applications. It is used to communicate with other applications. One application want to communicate with another application, then we will use a REST API. We will also call that one as a distributed applications. Uh, Actually, in microservices, we called as a backend services, we called as a REST API or microservices. So one application which is communicated with other applications is called as a distributed applications. So distributed applications is nothing but distributed application is nothing but one application which is communicate with the other applications is called a distributed applications. For example, uh, IRCTC applications want to communicate with the Make My Trip applications. So that is example for a REST API. ಇದು distribution applications are business to business communication. So communication will be happen here business to business, and distribution applications should be interoperable. It means platform independent and language independent. So that is called a distributed applications. We have several distributed technologies. Uh, so first one is Corba, second one is RMI, third one is EJP, fourth one is SOAP. So like that we have several distributed technologies, but currently most trend and most used distributed technologies REST API, RESTful service, most trending, most trending. Using RESTful services, we can develop distributed application with interoperability. So is called as a RESTful API. API is nothing but one application or one system is communicate with another application or another system is called as a API. So now I'm going to create one RESTful API. So let's see how it works. uh, we will create in two way. One we will use a start.io Spring Initializer in a website. Other way we will use IDE, we will use create. So I'm using IDE. In IDE only I have created. So file new, a Spring Starter project. In Spring Starter project, um, so name of the project is customer. I write a customer name. Type is Maven. We have other types also. Gradle, Groovy, Gradle, Kotlin, Maven. I used a Maven. Java version is 17. Packaging type as a jar. Language is Java. Group is com.example. Architect ID is customer. Version it is a snapshot. It is a still is under development. That is the reason it's a snapshot. So package name is com.xml. So next. So now I have to use some dependencies. I'll use a Spring Web. One is Spring Boot DevOps because of for starting and restarting the server. Another one is I will use uh, Lombok. That's it. So next and finish. So project is getting started, created. And also in REST API, we use the HTTP protocols. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It acts as a mediator between the client and server. So in HTTP protocols, we have some types. One HTTP methods, HTTP status code, HTTP request structure, and HTTP response structure. So we have a HTTP methods. We have a four types of HTTP. Actually, we have several HTTP methods, but mainly we use the 4 or 5 types. Get to getting the data, post method to creating a resources or record, put update the record, delete to delete the record. Even patch also it is used to update a record few fields. Put is it is update record all fields. Patch is update the records in few fields only. And second one is HTTP status code. HTTP status code are used to represent however server process the given request. It will check however server will be process the given request. For example, 100 to 199. It is about information. 200 to 299 it is about success. 300 to 399 it is a redirection. 400 to 499 it is a client error. So 500 to 599 it is a server side error. So HTTP request structure, we have it contains 4 parts. So let's see. HTTP protocols. First one is HTTP methods. Second one status. Third one request structure. HTTP request structure. Fourth one HTTP response structure. Response structure. In methods we have 4 types of it: get, post, put, delete, patch. The status code should be 1xx, 2xx, 3xx, 4xx, 5xx. It means 100 to 100 to 199, 200 to 299. So in that way, we will write other status also. In third one, request. what request body will contain? Let's see. It contains four parts. First one, initial request line. Second one is request header. Third one is blank line. Fourth one is request body. In similar way also, response is contained, but difference is it is the response body, that is the request body. So these are HTTP protocols: method, status, HTTP request, HTTP response structure. So that is, and also one more thing, if you go for next, so before that we need to know about JSON. What is JSON? So JSON is nothing but, it stands for Java Script Object Notation. JavaScript Object Notation. It represents data in the form of key and value fair format. JSON is a interoperable. Interoperable is nothing but interoperable is nothing but platform independent, language independent, is both called as a interoperable. So JSON is a human readable and machine readable format. JSON is a light and weight. So example, syntax of JSON. It will open and curly braces. So here ID, it is a key. So next value 101, it is a value, like that. So again, name, so RAM. So like that, it is a syntax of JSON. So we will use the JSON format in a Postman tool to check the API calls. Actually, to work with JSON in Java, we don't have any direct support in a JDK to work with JSON data. So we need to use with third parties libraries, third party libraries to work with JSON applications. That is we have a two third party libraries. First one is Jackson API. Second one is JSON. JSON API. So we have two libraries to work with JSON. So I will develop a. I have created one REST API. So I have added two dependencies. One is web starter, another is dev tools. So now I will create a REST controller. So first open dem form.xml. It will contain all required dependencies. See here, the group ID is com.xml. Artifact ID means project name should be customer. Version is 0.01. Snapshot, it is under development. Name of the project is customer. So here it will show. I will remove this S, so it will work fine. So let's see what are the dependency I have added. So I have added one dependency, Spring Web Starter Web, to develop web applications and RESTful application. Second one, I have added Spring Boot DevTools to restart the server. And one more, I have added Lombok dependencies. I think it is not required now, but I added. It will simplify the applications. It will contain setter, getter, and toString method and constructor. All the methods are contained in the Lombok libraries. So use the add the data annotation. It will cover all those things. So this is form.xml. So now go to src main java. It's a main java. Here source file will be available here. Src main resources, we will create here properties file. Here test files will be available. Here Maven dependencies, here libraries are available. Target folder. So form.xml, everything is be available here. So let's create a rest controller class. New class. Hmm, I will create a one class customer rest controller. Customer rest controller. So finish. So I have created one rest controller class. In that, I will write some methods. It is used for a validation purpose. First, I will write. So package is com.xml.rest controller. So now I will make this one as a rest controller annotation. I'm using rest controller annotation. So after that, I will create one method public string greet message. Greet message. I'll return some all. I will return some value. I'm creating one method public string greet message method. So I will annotated with get mapping get request. So get mapping. So get mapping to map our REST controller method to HTTP get request. So we have HTTP get request. How it should process. So at the rate get mapping, we have annotations. At the rate get mapping, it is used to map our REST controller method to HTTP get request. Get request is used to get the data from the provider. Get request will be get request will not contain body a request body. Only force mapping contain the request body. Consumer or client can send the data to the provider in get request using URL. So we will use that one. So next one, go to again. So I will create one method get mapping and greet message and hire. So let's run this one. See, I will write is it working or not. So here I'm using the Maven commands. So first clean is used to clean the or delete the target folder or dot class files in the project. So it builds success. Second one, clean package to package as a jar file or file. So here, so still it is running. REST controller is nothing but it will contain two annotations. One is control, another one is direct response body annotations. So build success, yeah, it is success. See here, jar file should be created here. Customer.0 for Snapchat. So I didn't rename the that file. That file is already available. That is the reason it created it like that. So I will run now. Clean Spring Boot colon run. I'm running the application now. Let's see is it working or not. The application gets started. So let's test in Postman tool. So get http colon localhost 808. Yes, it is working. It's fine. Good evening. Good evening. So let's check again. Yeah, it's working fine. There is no issue. So let's start with project. So I am using get mapping, public string get message. So now I am adding here at the rate request mapping. It is a basic URL mapping. It contains base URL. So next, so I will write here B1 great. It is a base URL. So here I will specify some value slash welcome welcome. So I will add some parameter to read the value from the URL. So at the rate. So I will now create a one more method. So that's it. That's all about REST API. It's the basic functionality of the REST API. So that's all about REST API. So today I have covered three topics: software development life cycle, what is the use of software development life cycle, and another one is Maven, and third point is REST API. So these are very important part of uh, all a project. So these are play very significant role. So very important. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for. giving this opportunity. Yeah.